I'm going to wait for people to show up. Mainly one person that I know said she would be here or he would be here, so yeah. I'm just gonna start setting things up on my desk for the painting while we wait for people to join. So yeah, I got my water pens because I like to paint in watercolor. Watercolor's my favorite. Gouache is a close second though. Gouache is great. It's like watercolor but acrylic. It depends how much water you add, and it's really great. I've used it for a couple of projects and I liked it. So I have my spray bottle and my palette here. I've been using this palette for watercolor for like forever. Just got it at Michael's. It's a basic watercolor palette. Gonna set up my computer so I can keep my eyes on the chat like last time. So yeah, let me just press on that. Have the chat open so I can see what you guys are talking about, asking me, stuff like that. Okay. I have my stream open and the chat on my laptop. So, let me know as you guys come in. Yeah. I'm gonna put a message in the chat. I don't know. What message should I write in the comments? Like, say hi? And we're painting today. I'm gonna write that. Just gonna wait 15 minutes at most to see if anyone shows up. If not, then this will never see the light of day. But yeah. So yeah, we're just continuing the drawing that we did yesterday. Okay. Well, Aaron, I don't know if that's supposed to be a mean comment, but whatever. I think Vixley says, hi, you're pretty. I get that a lot on these streams. But thank you. It's better than you're ugly, so I'll take it. So yeah, today we're going to be continuing a drawing that we started yesterday live, and now I'm going to be painting it. Vixley says, don't listen to that Aaron person, they're a jerk. You said it, not me. Anyway, I don't really listen to hate comments. I don't really care what strangers on the internet think of me. I only really care about the people I actually know and actually care about their opinion of me. So, yeah. Right now I'm just setting up the painting materials. And we're going to get started very, very soon. I just have to make sure everything is prepped and ready. So, yeah. I gotta clean this mess up. Not bad. Alright, let's see. Vixley says, nah, you speaking facts, girly. Thank you. Yeah. The internet can be a toxic place, so I've learned to just ignore things like that. But yeah, Tickle Tipson says, does it grip? What do you mean? What are you talking about? Are you talking about my palette? Because, yeah, I don't have a grip on here. I just put it down on the table. But, yeah, this is what we're working with. I've had this palette for forever, really, since I started doing watercolor. So, yeah, I love this palette. It's my favorite. So, yeah. And I have my special watercolor brushes that you fill with water. These are a lifesaver. I highly recommend these a lot. Like, if you're an artist, these are your friend for watercolor. I have my brush. Alright, so the sketch that I'm going to be painting today, since I sketched it yesterday and inked it in my last live stream, is going to be the Wolf and Diane kiss from The Bad Guys 2. But yeah, I've got this movie in my mind 24/7 lately, so I had to do some fan art. I did some fan art recently. So, yeah, by the end of this video or this live stream, we should have a finished illustration / drawing, kind of like this, for this. So, yeah. By the end of tonight, that should be what we have. Since I've done it once now, I can do it again better. Code 001 says, will you still do the flat earth request I made yesterday? Oh, yeah, I forgot. Today I'm just going to be finishing the drawing I did last time, so I don't think I'm going to be doing any requests today. But I could do a whole live stream in the future of just you guys requesting me to draw stuff, and I could try to do it. So yeah, if you don't want to watch the rest of me just painting this one drawing, then I guess you can go if you don't want to watch that, but anyway. Vixley says, oh my god, I shipped them so hard, I've never seen anyone also ship them, lol. Oh, well, don't worry, you're not the only person here who ships Diane and Wolf. Trust me, I'm here. There's another person named Mario Fanatic Animations who just joined the chat. They also really love Diane and Wolf, so we can talk about them this whole stream if you guys want. Because I love these two. They're my OTP right now. They're my favorite ship. And I'm just so happy that they are canon. So, yeah, that's why I'm doing these drawings and this artwork, because I'm obsessed. I can't stop thinking about these two. They make my days bearable lately, and I love them. Oh. I just love these two. Like, oof. There's no better ship right now for me. Just trying to make sure I can put everything on this desk because there's not much space. Let's see what everyone's saying in the chat. Code 001 says, I'll wait on a request day. Okay, great. Mario Fanatic Animation says hi. And Code 001 put some comments that I'm not sure what they mean. Dan Fan? Does that mean like Diane Fan or something? I don't know. Dooney asks, are we doing pen drawings? I did that in the last stream. I've already done the inking / the line art / pen art for this drawing. Today we're going to be painting. So, yeah, I'm just setting things up. We should start in about less than 5 minutes, the painting. So, don't worry. I'm just making sure everything is set up to my standard. Okay, Code 001 says it was a typo, lol. I meant to write fan request. Okay. Okay, I get ya. Yeah. Hello, Dooney. Yeah, okay. That we clarified that. So yeah, I'm gonna face you guys towards the artwork now, and you guys can watch me set up. Watching me talk to you guys is probably boring, so I'll just show my desk to you guys. Yeah. I'm trying to get a good angle. Okay, I think that's good. Alright guys, so if you guys want to chat anything specific, let me know in the chat and I will respond and talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. It could even be related to The Bad Guys 2 / Diane and Wolf. It could be anything, but yeah. That's the plan so far. So yeah. Gonna start getting the colors wet just so I can have a starting point. Okay. Water is very important for watercolor, so. I don't remember which yellow I liked better the other day. I think it was this yellow. Even though the yellows are turning a bit green, to be honest. I need a bit of yellow for Diane's ears, some orange for Diane's fur, some little bit of red for her nose, and yeah. They're basically just wearing white in the movie, so the white's the only thing I'm thinking of right now in terms of their clothes and stuff. What else? Oh yeah, Wolf has some gray on his face, so I'm going to make sure the black is ready and make sure that the brown is ready for the fur. Alright, I think we have all the colors ready. Mario Fanatic Animations asks, is The Bad Guys 3 confirmed yet? No, so far no. I've been checking the box office to see how it's doing. In its first 11 days, I think, it's made 84 million and the budget was 80 million. So they've made back how much it cost to make the film and some over. So I'm hoping that it keeps making a lot in the next couple of weeks and stuff, so they finally say yes to the third. But yeah, people online are already asking for the third one, so I think they're gonna give it to us. Alright, I think we're gonna get started. I think everything is set up. So yeah, now it's just time to start getting the supplies wet and start working. So I have my two big brushes because this seems like it's a job for a bigger brush. So I've never used the bigger brush, but this is gonna be fun. Let me just try and get it to a point with the water though. I don't think I've ever used this thing. I'm trying to get the tip to do its thing. And it'll take a bit of time. But it's getting there. There we go. Tip's already fixing itself. Alright, we got a tip. Now we can start. So, yeah, if you guys have any questions or comments or things you want to say about any topic, just put it in the chat. I can see the chat on my laptop in front of me, so don't worry. I can see you guys like last time. Okay. So let's see. What are we going to start with? I think we're going to start with the easy stuff. The easy stuff first. So let's start with their outfits. So I'm going to start with the gray that's going to be in their clothes. So I got to test the paints out first. So I like to use a swatch of like paper. I like to swatch it out on a loose piece of paper, but since I don't have any loose pieces of paper, we're just gonna try some random paper. Yeah, this sketchbook is so old. Okay, it's still too dark, so I'm gonna try something else. Gonna put more water. To get the color to be lighter, putting more water usually helps. So that's my advice. I guess I'm gonna give you guys art tips while I draw / paint. But yeah, if you add more water, the lighter the color will be. So that's just a tip. Okay, it's getting lighter, but it's still a bit dark. Trying to get this to be something not too annoying. Okay, I think that's the lightest it's gonna get, so I'm just gonna do that, and we'll see as we go if this is good enough or not. Okay. So we're just trying to put a base layer. We're not trying to do anything too fancy right now. So as you can see, it's going down pretty nicely. Okay. Alright, that's him. Now I'm going to try to do let's try this. Is this lighter? I'm just trying to test out my colors to see if they're any lighter. This seems lighter now, so I'm going to try to... Yeah, okay. Anyway. Okay. Mario Fanatic Animations says... Actually, Master Jimenez! Hello! Or Jimenez, I'm not sure. I forgot how to pronounce it. Hello, it's been a while. He says, I still need to see Bad Guys 1 before I see 2. You have to watch 1! 1 is so freaking good! Oh my god! You're missing out on a great film. I wish I could watch it with you for the first time. That would be so much fun. Oh my god. You do not know how much I love that movie. I think after Megamind, it's my favorite. Hands down. Can't beat it, man. Alright, there you go. Okay, the outfits are good. I like the color. So that's done. Now let's see if we can get the rest of it done well. Let's clean the brush. It's not that hard to clean because it was pretty light black, so there we go. Clean brush. Mario Fanatic Animation says, I just don't know why there are scenes with Mr. Wolf without a shirt on. Yeah, I don't know what that is. That's probably for the furries. Me, I'm not. I like him with his complete white suit on. He looks the best with his suit. He looks dapper. He looks so good that way. I don't need to see him with his shirt off, but yeah, in the car scene he did. He wasn't wearing any clothes except his shorts, so yeah. They love to do that joke though, don't they? They like to give us him in his shorts, like, really? Really? Alright, so the black's over there, so we're going to leave that alone in case we have to reuse it again for anything gray, like Wolf's face has some gray in it, which we'll do later. I could just rejuvenate the color with some more water, so. Yeah, let's get to, I think we're going to do Diane's fur next. So let's get to that. Or even, hold on, we can do her nose too. The nose is really small. Though I could put some brown in there. Anyway. Let's put some red over here. Test out the color. Okay. And maybe add some black in there to make it a little darker. There we go. That more resembles her nose color a little more. I don't remember if I did put mixed black or brown last time, so excuse that. Yeah, that looks to be almost the color. Maybe add a little brown in there. Yeah, maybe add a little brown. Hold on. Okay, that's better. I like that color better. All right, we found our color. All right, Master Jimenez says, so you did the sketch and the outline first yesterday, and now you're coloring it in? Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm painting it in, and then I'm going to do the shading with Prismacolor colored pencils, which is what I did for the first sketch that I did off camera. So, yeah. There we go. I got the nose in. And that took so little paint. What a waste. But anyway, now time to clean the brush. So yeah, that's how I do my sketches in my sketchbook. I sketch them out roughly, and then I do the inking with the brush pen and some like inking pens, and then I go in with watercolor and do the base, and then I do the shading with colored pencils, which is a technique I learned here on YouTube from other artists who do it, and I thought, why haven't I ever heard of this technique before? It's so cool. Mixing watercolor with colored pencils, it's great. I love it. So yeah, now let's do Diane's first. So we're gonna get yellow and orange, because there's some orange and yellow in there. Okay. I'm gonna add water to try and make it very light, because her fur is, well, it's not that light, but it's not that dark either. Okay. I just did a swatch and it's a little too light, so maybe just add a little more paint. Anyway, I have my sketchbook on the side in case you guys are wondering where I'm testing these colors. I'm doing it on a paper on the side, so yeah, I'm gonna add a little more. There we go. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay, I like that. So we're gonna go with that. And yeah, I'm gonna try my best to not screw this up, because I can make mistakes. I'm not a perfect artist. Alright, let's see if we can get any of this looking nice. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we'll do this corner here, this section here. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm gonna add a little more. So yeah, just trying to make sure we get it all in. Yeah, trying my best to make sure I don't color in the areas that need to be yellow later, so. Yeah. These paints dry fast, so sometimes I want to make sure it looks nice. I have to rush a little, but it's just the base, so it's not that bad. Okay. Okay. Yep, we did our best. I think that's really good. Now we gotta do her hand, so we're gonna do that now. If I don't see your chats right away, it's just because I'm really focused on the painting, but I do look up occasionally, so don't worry, I'll get to all your comments. As an artist, I tend to get really focused on my work, and sometimes I don't know how to focus on other things, so excuse that. So Master Jimenez says, I was wondering what just happened, lol. I was watching the live on a delay for a bit. Think I'm back to life now. Okay, great. And then Master Jimenez says, is that Flurry Heart or Rarity on the wall behind you? Yes, that is Rarity. Still a pony fan through and through. I miss the pony days. I miss them so much. But there are other fandoms I can be part of now that I'm just like, yay. Alright. There we go. I think Diane is pretty much finished. Yeah, I think I got all the fur. Okay. I'm happy. I'm satisfied. I'm like, thank you, Jesus, for working out. Because the first time I did Diane, oh boy. The first drawing I did of these two went okay, but it wasn't great. So I'm surprised it turned out as well as it did. The first attempt at drawing these two, because there were some roadblocks since I hadn't drawn in such a while, or painted for that matter, so the drawing process actually went really smooth. It was the painting process that wasn't, so anyway, there you go. Clean the brush. Now, the rest of her fur areas that are not colored in are yellow, so I'm going to get the yellow ready. I'll do a little yellow here. And I don't like how bright this yellow is, so I'm going to try and see if I can get it to be very light. And if not, I'm going to add a little orange to it just to make it a little less yellow and more orange warm tint. Because, yeah, this is too highlighter yellow, and Diane's fur is more a yellowish, orangish in certain areas. So I'm going to grab orange and try and see if I can get this yellow to be a little nicer. Okay, let's see if I can test this out. Master Jimenez says, man, it's been a long time since our Wimpy Kid days, am I right? Yes, it has. Oh, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, yeah. I used to really like those books, but I didn't love them like other people did. I was just like, these are cool. I think I like the movies more than the books. I think that was my problem. Okay, I think this could use... I don't know what it's missing, this color. I think it's missing something. I just can't figure out what. I'm testing it out and I'm not loving it. I got the color great yesterday. Today, it's meh. Okay, let me bring my sketch pad a little closer so I can see. Okay, I think it's drawing the color I like. Okay, I think I got the color I like. Okay, let's do this before it starts not being the color I like. Okay, it's not bad. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. It's not the exact same color, but it's pretty close, so I'll take it. Painting, it's hard to get the exact color you see. So I'm going to say that this was successful. I say it was as successful as it could be. But, yeah. I missed a few areas, like the top of the snout could have been more yellow as well, and even under the eye, there's supposed to be more yellow, but can't undo it now. Once it's painted, can't undo it, unfortunately. So, yeah, that's what we're going with. I'm gonna put more color here again, because the black is starting to try to... Yellow and black don't mix. My black lines, whenever I add yellow, it always bleeds, and it's so annoying. Like, why is it always yellow or white? It's like, the lighter the color, the worse it is, and I'm just like, can we fix this issue? Master Jimenez says, is the drawing on the right the one you did yesterday? No. Nope. That's a drawing I did 3 days ago. I think 3 days ago. And this is the one I did yesterday live. And now I'm painting it in. Yeah. Anyway. Alright, now we're done with Diane's coloring. So now we can do Wolf's. So let's get the colors ready for that next. Mario Fanatic Animations writes, if Diane and Wolf ever start a family together, they can still keep the cat that Wolf saved from the tree in the first movie, and they can have, one kid together. Yeah, that's cute. Yeah, where was the cat at the end of the movie? I'd like to know. Was the cat abandoned? Was he left at the old hideout? Like, what happened to the cat? We saw the cat in one scene at the beginning of the movie, and then we never saw the cat again. Could someone explain to me where the cat went at the end of The Bad Guys 2? Where's the poor cat? Please don't tell me they abandoned the poor cat. I could never abandon my cat. Anyway, let me try and get this color ready. Because, yeah, this is a bigger wolf drawing than I did the first one. So, I need a lot of paint. And some water to get it going. Alright. Wolfie, Wolfie, Wolfie. We need some black to make this a little darker because wolf's fur tends to be a little bit darker. Well, it's not that dark, but that's how I've been drawing him anyway. I prefer a grayish brown to a, or even a darkish brown. I try my best. That's all you can hope for, right? Okay, I think that brown might work. But I'm going to try and see if I can find a better picture of the fur. Yeah, it's a lot more gray than brown. But my first attempt, I did a more brownish. Maybe I could... Hold the phone. Let me try something. Let me add more black. Master Jimenez says, I'm excited to see the new Zootopia movie. It's been 9 years, but in the movie it's only been a week. I know! I did not think they were going to do that. I was surprised. I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. They've only been working together for a week? You people are killing me. But yeah, I am so pumped for Zootopia 2. Almost as much as I, like, actually more than I was for The Bad Guys 2. And I'm just, like, so excited for it. You have no idea how excited I am for it. But yeah, I'm super freaking pumped. Super freaking pumped. You have no idea how pumped I am. I am like super, super, super pumped. Let me see if I can add more water. Make this lighter. Oh boy, getting the colors right is the hardest part of painting, guys. Trying to get the colors right, but I don't know if I am. Okay, that's as close to wolf color as I'm gonna get. So, we're gonna work with what we got. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So the face ends around there. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think I got the color much more accurate this time than I did my first attempt, so I'm very satisfied. Very satisfied. And then leave some of his collar, because that's going to be a little lighter. I'm just going to go over the sections I find are too light and make them a little darker with a second coat. Alright, let's check the comments again. Okay. So yeah, Zootopia, I'm so excited for. Without a doubt. All the animated movies this year have been, well, most of them have been, that I've been excited for, have been bangers. So I'm very happy. I'm going to see Zootopia 2, the Thursday night it comes out, so like the first showing. I did that for Frozen 2, and it was just children there. I mean, like, I was the only one who went with my mom that I was an adult. So that was bizarre. And the kids are really loud in the theaters. So that was bizarre. Let's see. Mario Fanatic Animations says, haven't you listened to the songs from Brad Paisley and Coldplay? No, I didn't have enough time to take notes of the songs from the chat yesterday before I closed the chat. So, yeah, if you can put the songs again in the chat, I will this time take a photo and make sure that I check out the songs. Master Jimenez says, I'll have to go now since I work in 20 minutes, but it was cool seeing you again. Yes, it was cool seeing you again too. See ya next time. Yeah. I have never had a job. I think after I graduate college, my first job is going to be my dream job. So I'm very lucky to have parents that support me and have been really great about helping me with my mental health issues and just have always been very supportive of me in general. And yeah, I'm very lucky. All right, now I'm going to put the last of Wolf's Fur, which is a little bit lighter gray-ish. So I'm going to do that now. So yeah, lighter gray. So yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay. I'm going to do the lighter gray. Take the lighter gray from here since it's very... a lot of color. But yeah. I don't want it to bleed and create like a weird section. Okay. I got the colors on Wolf way more accurate the second time around. So I'm super, super happy with this painting. Let's get an applause because I'm so happy. The first sketch I did of him, he was very dark brown. So, yeah. Oh, I forgot to do the paw. I have to still do the paw. I need this color again. Let's see, is it going to be the same color again? Okay, the color is still working, so we're going to use this. Okay, it's not that great, but it'll do. begun the painting process. I love not having to dip the brush in water. The water to clean my brush and to use for painting, it's all in this little nozzle and this little brush. And whoever invented this kind of watercolor brush, I want to kiss your feet. Like, thank you to the genius who invented this amazing contraption. And the bristles are really nice. And I got these at Michael's, and they were the cheap Artist Loft ones. The Michael's brand. And they were great. And it came with like a pack of 5 different sizes and nibs. And I really, really like them. So now we're going to clean up the painting material. And we're going to start getting ready to do the colored pencils. So this is going faster than the sketch yesterday and the inking, because the sketching's the longest part. Everything else is pretty smooth sailing, so yeah, I'm gonna leave the stuff filled with water here for after the live. I'll clean those. For now, I'm just gonna clean up my palette at least, and yeah, just get my supplies in order. All right, Mario Fanatic Animation says, yeah, okay. Okay, I'll write the songs down. Let me just get my iPad. I'm going to take a picture of that. Okay. I took an image of your comment, and I will check those songs out, and I will try and let you know how they are somehow. All right. I think these are dry, so I can close the sketch pad. Well, not the sketch pad. I use this mainly for swatching or doing like artwork for birthdays, for people I know, and I like to do full illustrations. I tend to use this paper. It's the Canson Mixed Media Sketchbook in 5.5 by 8.5 size. This is my preferred illustration sized paper, so if any of you wanted to know. Yeah, that's the paper I use for my traditional like finished pieces. This sketchbook is mostly just for fan art and for me to practice and to just have fun. So yeah, I'm gonna put this here for a second and try to clean this palette. So yeah, I'm very proud with how this one turned out. So let's just make sure these are invigorated enough so I can take them off the palette. Okay, and now I'm going to use this to try and soak everything up. Paper towels are great. I got this weird paint in the corner that I can't take out, and it's not watercolor, but I don't know how it got in there. Yeah, bizarre. Okay, now this corner, gonna clean it out. Okay. In terms of, let's see. Mario Fanatic Animations asks, will you do more live streams every day? I wish. This time of day is usually the time of day I reserve for reading. So probably not. But if you guys have any suggestions for future live streams that I could do more in the future, but perhaps not every day. I like doing live streams, but at the same time, School's starting soon, so it's not a great time for me to start doing regular live streams. It's not the time for that. But let me know what you'd like to see from me. I decided, since I haven't done a sketch in chat, I decided to try and do one since I couldn't get the bad guys out of my head. So I decided to do fan art live, talk about the movie, and other things with you guys. So yeah. Okay, this is gonna go in my drawer. Okay. I still want to go watch The Bad Guys 2 again. I have a problem. When I like a movie so much, I tend to want to go see it twice. But that's the most I'll go see a movie, is twice in the theater. That's how you know I loved it, if I go see it twice. If I go see it once, it means I liked it and I enjoyed it, but it wasn't amazing. But yeah. Alright, I'm gonna leave this like this. Or maybe with the light it'll dry faster. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to leave it on my desk for the night so it dries. But yeah, now we're going to go get the colored pencils. So I'll be right back in a sec. Alright. And I'm going to do a little marker background as well. So I'm bringing out my Artist Loft water-based markers, which are in here. As I did for the first Wolf and Diane drawing, I did a kind of circle for the background, which I also learned from artists here on YouTube. And I love this technique. It fills in the space and it makes it feel less blank. So yeah, I could even do little designs in black pen if I wanted to, but I didn't decide to do that. But we'll see what time we have for what. But yeah, that's like at the end, after I do the colored pencil stuff. So we're not going to think about that right now. But yeah, now I'm going to need the image so I can see where the shading is. So I'm going to have to get my iPad out for that. There's quite a lot of shading on this because the movie was so colorful. But yeah, I'm going to put the picture on top here. And try to see where the shading is. Let me get a black marker. I want to color in Wolf's nose because his nose is not colored in. I forgot to color in his nose the other day. Mario Fanatic Animation says maybe you can include hearts for them in the background. That's a great idea. Thank you for the suggestion. I will do that. I will do that for both of them, maybe. Who knows? We'll see. That's a great suggestion, Mario Fanatic. It's so great to have someone to talk to about my Bad Guys obsession with Diane and Wolf because, oh my god, I'm obsessed. I am obsessed. I need to get a life. Well, my life is animation. I'm going to into animation and I want to be a lighting artist. So animation's just always been in my life. It's always been something I've loved, but I really have grown more of an appreciation for it in the last maybe 10 years. Like when I was 13, I started taking it very seriously. And that's when I knew I wanted to go into animation. And so I started drawing vigorously and a lot to try and improve as fast as possible to be able to do a portfolio and to apply to the Dawson animation program. And I was so surprised that I got in because my artwork was okay. I didn't think it was amazing, but I got in and I was super happy. And I didn't have to do the entrance drawing test. So that probably saved my ass too. I'm not gonna lie. But also, I was really proud of my my letter of intent and stuff like that. I just talked about how animation has always been something that I've known since I was a child. And so, like, it was so much integrated into my life that when I saw a live action film for the first time, I was like, what is this? Are these real? Is this real people? Like, I was so confused. And now I'm just like, I still love animation the most. Even though live action stuff can be great. Like, I still like Shadow and Bone. I still like other things. But yeah. These are the colors I used the other day, so I'm going to use them again. Do I have my sharpener? Because these are dying on me. Okay. Now, I've had this same sharpener for a long time. The cap comes off, and it's just a dollar store one, but it works like gangbusters. So, yes. Yeah, some of these I got from my dad's boss who gave him some, and some of these are ones I bought for school, and now I just use them for my personal use, which is great. Love it. All right. I don't need the blue because they're not wearing blue in this, so that's out. I'm going to take some grays out and see which ones are the best and test them out. So, yep. I like to swatch all my colors out to test them before I use them, just to make sure that they're what I need in that moment. So, yeah. So, yeah. But in terms of wolf, we're going to need different grays because this brown is not going to work. I need to see, do I even have a darker gray? Let me test all my grays out and see what they're like, because I have no idea, apparently, what my colors look like without swatching them. Okay, there's that one. That's too light. Okay, that won't work. That'll work for the lighter areas, but it's a little too blue for my taste. Okay, I'm going to try and find all the grays in here that I can and test them all out and see which ones work the best. I love the smell of colored pencils. No. See, lots of light grays. But not a lot of dark grays. Can you guys spot the grays in here? No, I'm not going to make you do that. I'm just going to grab a bunch and look through them. You know what? I think I'm just going to do a brown, because I think a brown in the end might actually be better, because there might be a brownish gray I could use. Maybe. Ooh, another gray. I'm going to try all of these and see if they work. Okay, I don't think we're going to find an exact color. So we're going to make do. But yeah, all of these kind of like, this kind of storage bin I got at the dollar store for my art utensils. So don't be expecting me to go to these fancy art places to get expensive things, because unless it's art supplies like paints, I usually don't spend that much. Woohoo! We found a dark gray. All right, this is the one I'm using. This one can probably be used for the lighter gray areas. So, yeah, I'm going to use these two. And these I'm going to put back. And the browns I'm going to put back. Maybe I could actually use this. Oh, I could use that for their suits. Or maybe not. I'm not going to match the lighting of the actual drawing. But I am just going to do the shading similarly. So that's what I'm going to do. Because creating the same lighting / atmosphere, I would have had to have done that in the painting process. And I'm not going to go back into that. So, yeah. It's not going to be exactly like the image. But I just like to get it close enough to my standards. So, yeah. Maybe I'll use this one too. But, yeah. Now, what's this color do? Oh, that's way too light. Yeah, no. Alright, I think we found our colors. And have more blue. I don't need blue for this. Do I need a yellow? Maybe for the other fur on Diane? I need a darker yellow. Okay, we've almost got all the colors. I don't know which color I like better. Hold the phone. Yeah, Diane's more an orange, but this one does seem to go nicer. You know what? I'm just going to use this for the yellow, but even though it's like very... Nah, it's too... This is hard. Finding the right colors is freaking impossible. Oh. Eef, this one is not even... This one's brand new. This one could work. Now you guys get to watch me sharpen. Okay, Mario Fanatic Animations says, one day in the Bad Guys 3, Wolf and Diane will be engaged. Oh, that would be great. That I could believe. Like, if they do maybe a time jump of maybe a year, they've been like secret agents, and they do like a montage of all the successful missions they've gone on, and eventually, then we can have them still dating in the movie, but then at some point Wolf wants to like propose to Diane, and I would like that. I don't think the whole movie should be him trying to propose to her, because in Frozen 2 that annoyed the hell out of me when Kristoff was just spending the whole movie trying to figure out how to propose to freaking Anna. Like, good lord. Dude! Just do it! Get on your knee and freaking do it. Okay, I don't think anything's stuck, but it looks like something might be stuck. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna just use the other one. Okay. The big one never lets me down. Alright. Okay, that's somewhat darker yellow. Okay. We have our two colors and our other color. Okay, we have our colors finally chosen. And now I'm going to empty my... I don't know what's stuck in my... Something is definitely stuck. I can't figure it out. And that's future Isabella's problem, but once I start, my OCD has a hard time letting things go. But yeah, if they could be engaged by the end of the third movie, I would be totally okay with that. That sounds realistic enough to me. If they do a time jump and it's been a year and they've been dating for that long and they're still dating a little bit in the movie, then yeah, I could totally see an engagement coming by the end. That would be really cool. Like, an engagement is not that big of an ask, but we just got them together, but I don't know. Let's see what the writers decide to give us. As long as Wolf and Diane are together for the majority of the freaking third movie, I'll be super, super happy, because they weren't together as much in the second, so yeah. But as I said before, I'm not upset about the lack of Diane and Wolf in the second movie, because the story didn't, wasn't in a way that let that happen, but the scenes that we got between them were so worth it that I was just so happy I didn't need. I can't get this out. Okay, I'm gonna give up now. Before I drive myself insane. I don't know what gets stuck in these things, but it's so annoying when it does. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need to... There we go. The big one never lets me down. Alright, now we're all sharpened up. Okay, let's get to the coloring. Oh shit. Almost lost a pen. I mean a pencil. Anyway, when these two get engaged, I'm gonna throw a party. And you're all invited. It's gonna be a live stream party, most definitely. So, yeah. It's gonna be called the Diane and Wolf Engagement Live Stream Party. But that probably won't be for another 3 years, since it took them 3 years from the first movie's release to release the second one. So I'd say we have at least another 3-year wait, but I can do 3 years. Disney with their 9-year wait for Zootopia, that was ridiculous. And I was really unhappy. I was like, how long does it take to just announce a freaking sequel? It made like over $1 billion. Like, come on. Freaking The Bad Guys didn't even make close to $1 billion, and they got a sequel right away. Like, come on, Disney. I love you. But seriously. I feel like Disney just sometimes they get stuck in what they do and they don't branch out. Like, Sony and DreamWorks, like every film that they do, they don't all have the same artistic style. They're all different looking in terms of look and feel. And I love films like that. I like films like The Bad Guys with its very 2D style of textures and everything. It's in a 3D space. It's 3D, but it looks 2D, and that's what I love. And that's the kind of stuff I want to work on. And the lighting in the Bad Guys movies is so well done. I love the lighting in these movies too. Really great. Alright, let's start coloring. Alright, we're going to do the fur first on Diane. So let's see. Where do I... Should I do it darker? I don't know. Now I'm debating again. Sorry, peeps. Let me try both colors and see which one I like best. This is mine. I don't have to be accurate. I can be whatever I want to be. I still don't know what I like. Decisions. Okay. I'm just going to go with the orange. I don't care. It's not supposed to be exact. I just want to know where the shadows are in the image. I don't want to match the shadows and the lighting exactly in this drawing. I just want to make sure the most of it is shading's accurate. So but yeah. Alright, I think that's good for Diane's ear. Because most of it is shaded in the image. So I'm going to just try and follow that accurately. Anyway, there we go. That's that ear done. So for those of you who like my shading work, you guys get to see it live in person and see how I do it. I just go from really dark till like I start just lighting up. So I just apply less pressure on the pencil. So it's really not that hard to do. Let's see what next. Okay, so this part of the head is a little darker. So I'm gonna section's darker, so we're gonna put that in there. Okay. Okay. Well, it's just down to you and me, I guess, Mario Fanatic. Everyone else has left the stream, so if you want to ask me anything, please don't worry about bothering me. I'm actually quite lonely. Let me know, Mario Fanatic, if you plan on reading the Bad Guys graphic novels, and if not, or if so, let me know if you care about spoilers, because I'd like to talk about them in a certain capacity. But if you haven't read them or you don't want to be spoiled, then just let me know. Okay, you never read any. Okay. Do you care about spoilers? Let me know. I wish we could meet in person, because I would love to meet you. I don't even know where you live, but that would be fun. I would totally go watch it again with you and just geek out. I could chat about this movie for days. Oh, you've already seen The Bad Guys 2 a few weeks ago. Ah, okay. Where do you live that it was released so quickly? Do you live in the US, Australia? Australia, actually, they don't have it released yet. England, maybe? Or the UK? I've heard some people got it early there. Anyway. Just making sure that the shading goes into the fur. The colored pencil, I find, adds texture. I did something like this. Oh, Mario Fanatic says I'm also in Canada. Okay. Cool. Do you care if I talk about the Bad Guys graphic novel, and spoil it a little bit? Let me know. But yeah. Okay. Yeah, the light's coming from a weird angle, so I can't really do the shading that well. But yeah, this is as accurate as I want it to be, so it's my drawing. I don't have to make it as accurate as the photograph. Oh boy, I always get sticky with these little things. Mario Fanatic Animation says just for a bit. Okay, so you want me to talk about the graphic novel just for a little bit? Cool. Hi, Code 001. We just got to the colored pencil stage. I'm doing the shading somewhat. It's not very accurate to the image exactly, but I'm just doing my best. Not being too picky, just trying to, you know. There we go. Okay, that works. Code 001 says it looks really good. Thank you. It could be better. It could always be better. But I'm really proud of it. I even got Wolf's fur color right. The first time I did it, it was way too brown. Now it's more gray. Okay, now the ears. These are very much colored in. Okay. This pencil's a little funny, how it works. It feels kind of hard. But yeah, I'm trying my best. Okay, there you go. Now it's working better. Okay. So now I was just talking about the Bad Guys graphic novels since I started reading them. I'm at book 7, I think. Actually, I'm at book 8. I just finished book 7. And I can see I can see where they're going with the ending of the second one, where they're going to go in the third one. And I think they're going to go with a Marmalade alien plot line. Since we've had it confirmed he's from space, pretty much. And, yeah, in the graphic novel, he brings back his whole race of aliens to take over the world. And since like, the bad guys are now part of that secret agency that does have intergalactic in the name. Like, intergalactic protectors. I'm like, yup, they're definitely going to be dealing with intergalactic threats, which includes aliens. So they wouldn't have put intergalactic in the name if they didn't expect the bad guys to be fighting aliens in the future. So I am so... Oh, shoot. Yeah, you're right, Mario Fanatic Animations. I will add the fingernails on Diane. Thank you. Since those are black, I can easily do them. Or, no, they're red. They're more red. I like how she colors her like, they're not fingernails, they're claws. But I like how she colors them. That's really cool. But anyway, I can't color... I should have added that in the sketch, but I decided not to. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add in the fingernails as black. And, yeah, but I will include them just to add a little detail. Okay, I think that's it for how much I want to do for Diane, unless I do, like, go further and just... Anyway. There could be a little bit of color here. Anyway, there you go. Crisis averted. Fixed little snout. Okay. I don't know what I want to do with that. I'm going to go on to Wolf next. This is the dark one, right? Yeah, that's the dark. Okay. So yeah, now we're going to do Wolf's. So yeah, I'm going to add the fingernails last. But yeah, I just realized I didn't even do the hand shading, so I'm going to do that. This I'm really going to put dark. Anyway, I could totally see them going the alien marmalade route, and he's trying to take over the world. Because, yeah, there's a secret agency in the books. But it's called something completely different. It's called the International League of Heroes. I don't know why they changed it to Izglop. It sounds like... It sounds awful. It sounds made up. It does, as Diane said. Quote her. It sounds made up. It is. It is made up. It sounds worse than the one in the freaking comic. But yeah, there's a secret agency in the book. The bad guys haven't become part of the group yet, but they're trying kind of to. So yeah. Mario Fanatic Animation says, thanks for having me be a part of your live streams. Hope to get to chat again sometime. The Bad Guys 3 could be inspired by Men in Black as their secret agents. Yes, I've heard that idea tossed around. Basically, like, they're paying homage to all kinds of different kinds of movies. Like, they did heist movies, and now next they could do Men in Black with the alien type stuff. So, yeah, I'm totally into that. I'm totally into that. And then Code 001 says, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, you should never ask a girl her age, but I don't mind. I'm not offended. I am 23. So I will be graduating soon. And, yeah. But anyway. Alright, there you go. I did the hand. Now I feel satisfied. Now, is there anything else I'm missing? I hope good to God not. Okay. Okay, this isn't exactly Wolf's color. Now I'm kind of noticing it. But you know what? Who cares? It's my drawing. I can do what I want. Anyway. His fur is always a little grayer anyway. Yeah. I don't know if you're leaving because you have things to do, Mario Fanatic Animations, but yeah. If you're saying thanks, I guess you're leaving. I don't know. Anyway, Mario Fanatic Animation says her nails. Yes, I will do the nails. I will do those last. So do not worry. I'll just do them with a black pen and add them in. It doesn't need the nails code 001, but I am still going to put it in. Because I do agree, it feels unfinished without the nails. So, you know what? I'm going to put them in. Who the hell cares? We can do whatever we want. Yeah, this gray is not working out that well, but what can you do? Nothing likes to work out anymore. Okay, I'm gonna put darker here. Just a little more in the dark. Okay. This is more accurate lighting, but anyway. Okay, technically I'm kind of just doing whatever I want with this shading now, but alright, that on there works, okay. Well, this is going all over the inking I did, but I don't care right now. I'll just go over the inking again, maybe, with another black marker. Anyway. Yeah, this gray is terrible. It really doesn't make the... Okay, Mario Fanatic says, it's not that, I'm leaving, I'm just relaxing. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's all the shading I'm gonna do on Wolf, except maybe the eyebrows, because I'm really not liking this color and how it's affecting him, his fur. I was doing so well. I got the fur color so accurate when I did the paints, and now I'm destroying it with colored pencils. See, this is the problem. Getting the accurate color with the colored pencils is like super hard. So that's just unfortunate. Anyway. It's not my fault I don't have a warm gray. But it's fine. It's my sketchbook. I can do what I want. If it turns out shitty, it's not like anyone's gonna... It's not a professional piece. It's just for fun. Okay, I don't think I can do any more here, unless I did this last ear. Not ear. Fur. Anyway, I've been seeing some of the people who worked on the film. They've been posting their bad guys concept art that they did for the film, and it was really cool to see their work. That was fun. Okay, I think I'm done that part. Now I can go to the paw over here, which is really in darkness in the reference. So I'm just gonna make that pretty accurate. Anyway, the Bad Guys graphic novels are very, very strange and very funky and very crazy. So when I thinking back on the first movie, how pretty normal and tame the world felt, I was just not sure how they were going to go about doing the crazier stuff from the graphic novel. But now with the way they ended movie 2, with them being secret agents, I think I can totally see it now. So I'm impressed with the director and how they're doing that. They're going towards more of the weird and wacky world of the bad guys next. So yeah, I'm impressed. So I'm gonna put this gray away and try another gray for the other areas. So that gray, that gray. Okay, which gray was for what? Too many grays. Oh yeah, I needed a gray for the lighter. Wait. This one's lighter, but that's not. Okay, I'm having an existential crisis, or an artistic crisis. Jesus, all these grays look awful. I'm so sorry, Wolf. I'm destroying your face. I'm destroying everything about you. But you guys can tell it's him. Mario Fanatic Animations writes, what would Diane look like if she was completely barefoot? Wouldn't she also have 4-digit toes like her fingers? I don't know. I think animals do. I'm not sure. That's a great question. I don't know much about animal anatomy, so I really couldn't say. I really couldn't say. But that's a good question. Okay. I put the color in. Now I'm gonna do the suit and the yeah. Anyway. So this is gonna be colored in. Gonna do Wolf's suit first. And then we'll do Diane's. And yeah. Now, in the graphic novel also, the bad guys do go to space, similar to the second movie. But except it's Marmalade who's the threat and not the bad girls. So yeah, they changed it, but it's pretty similar. They escape in an escape pod similar to the movie. But the world knows that they're heroes, but they're still alive. So they didn't fake their deaths in the book so far that I've seen. I don't know if they do it later on. They might have, and I just haven't gone to that point yet. But anyway, I heard that the guy who does the soundtrack for The Bad Guys, which is really great, by the way, I heard he worked on Ocean's 8, which is the only Ocean's movie I've watched. Because it just seemed like the most interesting one. I haven't watched any of the previous ones. But they do leave it ambiguous as to if George Clooney's character is dead or not. Like, the sister goes to visit the place where he's supposedly buried, but is he? Who knows? Another way they're pulling from heist movies in a way. The fake deaths. Always at the fake deaths. If there's no body, I don't believe they're dead. Okay. This area is not very shaded, so I'm just gonna... Just doing a bit of light shading. Anyway. Now I'm just gonna use my finger oils to mix it, to make it look nicer. Mario Fanatic Animations writes, how can a wolf and foxes, different species, have a wolf as a kid, as a hybrid? They can't in real life, but this is not real life. This is animation. This is a whole nother world that takes place actually in this world. It's weird, because in the graphic novel, all of the characters are animals. There are no humans in their world. But in this movie universe, they've decided to mix anthropomorphic animals and humans and make it take place on our Earth in California. So I'm kind of like, okay, it is our world, but it's not. It's in an animated setting. It's a different Earth. Let's just say that. But yeah. Okay, I'm really not liking my shadings today. Nothing's turning out the way I want it to. Anyway. So yeah. A wolf and a fox. In real life could not procreate. I've seen people talking about this, so they can't have kids in that sense. But this is an animated universe where it's probably the rules can be different. So if a fox and a wolf can date, I'm sure they can have children in this universe. Anything is possible in an animated universe. They can choose whatever the hell they want to do. And if they can't have children, oh well. That's going to be sad, but let's let them date and then get engaged and married first. Like, kids is... People are already coming up with fan kids, so... Yeah, now I'm going to do Diane's... I'm going to try and do this one better, because... Okay, this one's very dark. There. Okay... Alright, there you go. I did some shading there. Some shading under the arm. Anyway, let's hope the director is kind and lets them have kids. Let's hope they are compatible. And if not, well, that's the first thing the director will have done that I'll disagree on. But as long as they're together, I don't need them to have kids. As long as they're together, as long as they're cute with each other and always flirting and always being cute, I don't care. Yes, I would love for them to have kids. I mean, who doesn't want their couple, their favorite ships to have children? That's the dream. First is the love, then comes the marriage. Okay, I'm not going to try and shade this too much because I'm not liking my shading today, but I will try and just add a little more. Oh, brother. The shading today is not, like, it was working out great at the beginning, and then it started going downhill from there. Anyway. Anyway. Okay, I'm annoyed with the shading. I'm annoyed. Okay. I think that's all the shading I'm doing today. I'm not in a happy mood with this artwork. Okay, since this one takes place in a yellow background, I'm probably going to do yellow background. But first, we're going to add the fingernails. So let's get my best pen for this. Okay, let's see. Where are those fingernails? Okay, so one is like right there, so I can't really draw it there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're welcome. There we go. See, that took 2 seconds. Boom. And actually I think it adds something of a femininity, I feel. It's cute. Okay. Now we're going to do the background. So I'm going to need my markers. I'm going to use this yellow since it's my warmest yellow, I think. Let me just test it out first. Ooh, that's not very warm. That's more... Do I have any better colors? No, that's worse. That's more orange. Don't want orange. She's already orange. That would just clash. Let's see. Maybe more of a daffodil? Okay. I found a better yellow. So we're gonna do, I think, a square box for this one. Or maybe we should do a heart. I'm gonna do a big heart for this one. There we go. Now I'm gonna color it in. These markers are getting old. I need to get new ones. All right. Try and be careful with the yellow because the yellow always gets the black doing things I don't want it to. Oh boy. Alright, we're almost done. Oh shit. I got a bad black area. Shit. Come on, we're almost done. Let's not screw up last section. Okay. We are done with that. I never thought to shade the heart, but that would be cool. But I'm having a bad shading day, so maybe I'll do that another time. Yeah. I guess we're almost done. I'm gonna do what you suggested, Mario Fanatic, and, maybe put some hearts in the first drawings circle. So I'm gonna do that with my pen again. So I'm gonna put you closer so you can see what I'm doing. Yeah. Put some hearts, put some hearts, put some hearts. Gonna put a few little cross lines in there. Get cute. Okay. Added the hearts. There they are. Yeah. I don't know if I should add hearts in this heart. Let me know. We're gonna finish the stream at 9, so let me know. I'm thinking maybe I should ink in the heart to make it stand out more. So I'm gonna do that, I think, while I wait to see if you would have any suggestions. But yeah. F. It's not the one I want. I want my brush pen. Anyway, we're done with the markers. Okay, I found my brush pen. Okay, we're gonna ink in the heart because I'm feeling it, and we're gonna ink in the circle also. I'm feeling like I just want things to pop, like a graphic novel, like a graphic art. I'm feeling in that kind of mood. And I am going to really make it stand out. Here we go. Okay, this one's a little more thick in the front, but yeah. These brush pens are so hard to control sometimes. Yeah. Okay. Ah, there we go. And now the circle. This one I'm not going to be too picky about. Okay, I guess, I don't know if any of you are still here, watching, but yeah, we're gonna end this in a few seconds. Or the drawing, not the live, but the live is gonna end soon. Okay. I think I'm just gonna do more little hearts, except I'm gonna color them in this time with my black marker. And then that'll be it. I could have done a better heart. I could have done a way better... I could have, like, shaded it in, but... I'm just not in the mood. I've done a lot of work in this video, or this live stream. Oh, I say video as if I've been videotaping, but nope. A video would have been far more profesh. Anyway, let me know if any of you guys are still watching. If not, I'm gonna probably end it exactly at 9, so anyway, we're almost done. Doing these streams is fun, but the reason I don't do one every day is because they can get lonely. There aren't many people who join, so... So yeah, I don't see a point in doing many of them. We start out with so many people joining, and then they leave, and then it becomes kind of sad. Anyway, these last 2 live streams have been really fun. But yeah, I feel less pressure when I'm drawing and not being watched. But this was nice chat to do. I might do another one of these chat live streams, but yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I think we did a good job with this. Maybe I'll put some dots just to add something extra. Why not? It's my drawing. Do whatever the hell I want. But yeah. Okay. That is it for the drawing. I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing the whole process of an illustration of mine or a fan art of mine from start to finish. This is basically the process from the last drawn chat and this painting chat. So basically we took 4 hours to do a complete drawing, and yeah, so that's my process, that's how I do it, and yep, now we have a fully finished drawing of these two. So, I assume I'm talking to myself now. So, yeah, it's 9 o'clock. So, I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you guys for coming along and watching me do a piece of fan art. Hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing my process, and I enjoyed talking about the bad guys too. So, great. Had such a fun time with this. And yeah. If you like animation stuff, please subscribe to my channel. I do some animation type videos and reviews and things like that. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video, I guess. Because, yeah, a stream won't be happening for a long time probably. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.